So a slightly smaller area this time around, but I think there's still enough here to warrant a discussion. The area is Listening Post Bravo, one of several dotted around the Commonwealth. Their original purpose likely fell in the vein of monitoring local communications or the airwaves, both for domestic communication and possibly enemy ones as well. However, today, I'm here to talk about a few mysteries that are associated with this place and why I think they are happening. Let's gander. First, I want to talk about this helipad here. At first, it seems ordinary enough. Then, when you think about it, it's not really. Then when you think about it some more, it's still a bit odd. This was likely used to transport employees to and from this area, if we are to believe that what went on here was of a sensitive and/or classified nature, which I think it was. There are no roads leading to this post, and it looks like it was in a relatively deserted area, with no other structures of significance to be located anywhere near it. From what we learned later, people were here for quite some time, and expected to be on their own as well. It was likely put all the way out here to discourage anyone happening across it and having a wee nosy. This is normal, as people usually ignore buildings that are abandoned, let alone ones that seem military or government oriented in nature. The bunker is still powered to this day, as you can see from the lights outside it, and the leveled turrets that will try their hardest to murder you for daring to intrude on their domain, you fucking peasant. So just inside, we find this bird chap, dead by their desk. Now, I would like to say that there is a fair chance this death is related to the bombs, possibly from radiation. It looks like they were working at this desk when it happened, and if they managed to move at all, they didn't really get far. Ignore Nick, he's just being a creepy bastard. Now, there's a small chance that they did not die from the bombs, as, from the outside, we can see that this bunker looks to be quite well shielded overall, possibly allowing them to survive. If that is the case, then what killed them? Let's go down into the listening post proper and find out. The listening post is full of computing equipment of quite a high standard, similar to what we have seen in other military installations that serve purposes like this one. A few benches for armour and weapons can also be found here, but they are either pre-war, due to how long this person was expected to be down here, part of a later quest line, which I will talk about a bit, or they are a mistake altogether. There's also enough space here for more than one worker to be present. However, from what we shall soon learn, that was not the case, and they were alone down here. Parts of the post have collapsed over time, and we shall look at an interesting part of it soon. The protectrons are destroyed when we first get here, suggesting that something else is present. We just don't know what yet. Now, let's read the terminal entries that have made this place so famous. So this was the third monitoring terminal, and was in use by a Sergeant J.P. Rensk, or however you pronounce that name. Any ideas on what it is in reference to? Comment below. The first entry is Report 10. A Captain Rutledge has instructed them to take over long-range monitoring, confirming what we discussed earlier. They will be on their own for 4 whole weeks, which, you know, is definitely fine for a human being. They monitor for suspicious transmissions, which probably means Chinese transmissions. They won't see the light of day for a whole month. Entry 2 is the 14th report, and the spookiness has begun. They were monitoring low band frequencies, that is, frequencies in the range of 30 to 300 kHz. They say mostly old equipment utilizes these frequencies, and it was while this was happening that they came across an English transmission, which I would think wouldn't be suspicious, but whatever. Some strange words are picked up during the transmission. Internal void, dreams are getting darker, and the blood runs so still. The last thing they picked up was DEK, which they believe is a call sign. Some Lovecraftian shit going on here, and if you don't think so, just think where this place is close to, and how far underground we are. The third is the 16th report. Apparently they sent the transmission to Washington, and they have heard nothing back at all. Despite listening back in on the same frequencies, they have yet to hear the transmissions again. It's beginning to get to them a bit, and they want some answers. Now at this point, it's been just under a week since they went outside or spoke to another person. Given that, there is a chance it's begun to affect them, and they are beginning to crack a little bit. The fourth entry is Report 20, and shit just got too spooky. There be supernatural shenanigans and tomfoolery afoot. They woke up to the sound of banging on the elevator door. However, it was still locked down, meaning it hadn't moved since they got there. They armed the bunker defences, which explains why the turrets were active when we first arrived, as well as the protectrons out of their stations. It took an hour for it to stop, and they believe it has something to do with the transmission they intercepted. The last entry is 25, and it seems that these logs are daily, meaning that they have been down here for 15 days so far. The holotape they sent to Washington, which they presumed contained the recording of the mysterious transmission, was in fact blank, and the recording was as well. Washington seems to agree with our theory that they were going a little funny in the head, and they had hallucinated the whole thing. The good news is that they will soon be relieved. They even begin to believe that they did imagine the whole thing. Or at least, it's better to believe that than the alternative. So let's just look at this, just to get the ball rolling. This is Listening Post Bravo, deep underground. This is Dunwich Borers, that also went deep underground. Look how close they are together. See what I'm getting at here? Now, we shall go through into this little cave here, which houses a Yao Guai. A Yao Guai that I would say is responsible for the destroyed protectrons. Inside its lair, we can find many bones, from humans to Brahmins. The thing is, this lair and Yao Guai make no sense. This is deep underground, and there's no way to get all the way down here. Yes, you could argue that the bear hacked the terminal, came down here, killed the protectrons, relocked the terminal, broke through the wall, and then teleported its prey into this place. Yes, you could argue that. You would be stupid if you did, but you could. It looks like this was part of the area behind the walls of the bunker that collapsed at some point. Now the water has got in here from a leak, and no, we won't talk about how the whole place should be flooded by now. The suitcase and the skeletons that look like they just died here are also strange. As we will see, there was someone else in here, but they were pre-war. This cave seems quite post-war, so I can't really explain how these skeletons got here. What we can take a look at because of this cave is the section of the bunker that collapsed. If we look at this desk, we can find another dead body, this time in the bunker itself. Now since this was so deep underground, and they seem to have died while they worked, I'm not sure how the bombs could have done this, unless they caused the cave-ins and they somehow died as a result. I don't think they are Sergeant Rensk. They could, however, be the person who was sent to relieve them. Now, another section of this bunker does open up as part of a quest related to Paladin Dansk, but it doesn't really reveal anything more about this place, so we shall not be talking about it. Now this was a nice, spooky place, wasn't it? Unexplained transmissions, banging sounds, teleporting Yao Guai, great wee area. The strange transmissions had some very dark and foreboding phrases in it. Phrases that make me think of everything we have heard in regards to the entities that Dunwich and Blackhall worship. Go check out my videos on them if you wish to know more. Could it be the transmissions that they heard were the dreams or thoughts of Krumva, the entity thought to be found at the bottom of the Dunwich borehole? I think it could be likely, given the proximity. If the chap in the chair was the relief for the sergeant, then the sergeant may be the soldier we find in the chair upstairs. They may have been relocated here to let them decompress for a while, and recover from whatever it was that happened to them down there. It may be that they had just got out when the bombs hit, in which case, shit one. I still find it odd that they were the only person down there. Why did they need to be alone down there? Was the tape really blank? Could it be the government knew what was going on down there, and they were monitoring them, wiping the tape after they'd sent it? I suppose we may never know. To get real for a sec, the phrases "internal void," "dreams are getting darker," and "blood runs so still" are lyrics. Lyrics from a song called Dead Letters, part of an album called Dead End Kings, D-E-K. Now, I'm not suggesting that what they picked up was this band's song. I think it was a nod to it by one of the writers, who is likely a fan of the music. The only real question we are left with is how in the fuck did that Yao Guai get in there? So I said I would try and post more regularly, and this is me trying to do that. If you want me to continue with this format, covering small and large areas, then let me know in the comments. Likes help as well. In regards to you not seeing my vids in the sub box, click on the notify button next to the subscribe one so you never miss an update, or add me as a bookmark. Beyond that, I'm not really sure what else you can do until YouTube sorts this whole mess out. A creepy military installation, and my thoughts on it. I hope you liked this look at all of it. If you did like it, give the video a like, and if you want regular updates, subscribe. Any suggestions for lower or future videos should be left in the comments below. Better yet, go onto my subreddit so we can discuss them in more detail. It's linked in the description. If you wish to, you can support me on Patreon. £1 or $1, I ask for no more. Any rewards you would like to see there that I don't have, message me and I will take a look. Follow me on Twitter or Facebook to get regular updates or have a wee chat. Any business you wish to discuss, email me at thenthapple.business@gmail.com and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I hope you enjoyed the episode and I hope to see you in the next one. And until then, goodbye.